I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning.
Good morning. Right. I'll make a motion. The Board of Commissioners approves the July 3rd, 2025 regular meeting minutes.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Jill?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
I'll make a motion. The Board of Commissioners approves the July 9th regular meeting minutes.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Jill?
Yes.
Mike?
Abstain. I was gone. I was on vacation.
All right. Next up.
Ravenna Township,
Yes.
step up to our new little desk here.
Okay. Thank you for having us this morning.
Oh, pleasure to have you.
Absolutely.
And we're here on behalf of the McElworth Development community that would like to rename a section of Richardson Avenue for a former resident, Beatrice Mitchell. She was instrumental in doing a lot of stuff in the neighborhood, like the ball fields and stuff like that over there. In that one section that they want to do, we sent a map. I don't know if you got it, but
Yeah, I did.
that's one section there. Would be from Garfield Road to Terrell Street, and there's no homes there because you have the ball field on one side, and the other side is the concession stand and where the yards from the other street back up, into that.
yeah.
So
Okay.
I don't think you'd see any development there.
What do you want?
I would like to rename it.
Honor her.
Yeah, just that section that's highlighted in the map.
Okay.
And like you said, so it's gonna be, where it curves around, it's gonna be Richardson, then we're gonna have the area that's gonna be the Beatrice Mitchell, we're trying to call it a boulevard, is that correct?
Yeah, I don't know technically if the boulevard part applies, but definitely the Beatrice Mitchell part of
Yeah.
it. Now, I guess if it legally it has to be avenue or whatever, as long as I guess we get the name on there.
Correct in there.
So, but
And
yeah,
then-
just that section in the map.
And
that's
then on the
red.
other side, it'll continue as Richardson.
Yes,
But
yes.
the main thing is no one's housing number is impacted, because there's no houses there.
No, there's no houses impacted.
May I see that?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Will there be, there's room for homes to be put in there, is that right?
Well, if something would happen and they no longer use the ball
Ball
field,
field's the only
there
place.
would be, yeah, but the other side,
Is this the ball field area right here?
yeah, the
Yeah.
ball field is to the
Okay.
north of the red block.
Normally, good.
Go ahead. Oh, no.
Normally, when there's a possibility of residence, I'd ask you to talk to Dan at the sheriff's office, our 911 coordinator, because then he knows how to split and do things in the event of a change, but I don't think it's gonna affect it.
No, I don't see where any homes would be there,
Okay.
and there's nothing there now.
You don't plan on putting a tent out there or nothing?
No,
Okay. Just asking.
no, no.
And just a reminder to the board, we did something very similar a couple years ago over in
Yeah.
Skills.
Right,
For Desiree Lydell.
correct.
And I think that went to Boulevard, didn't it?
No.
Or is it
I don't
Avenue?
believe- I think it's Avenue.
It's the Avenue, okay.
Yeah.
Because I
So-
see it out there.
Yeah,
Okay.
so.
Yeah, I'm in favor of it.
I'm good.
I'm good too.
Okay, so
See, look
you,
how easy that was.
yes, that's good.
Yeah.
And then you'll send us the information
We'll
that
have
we
to-
do, and then we'll make a resolution on our end, and then it goes out to the engineer's office or whatever.
Cassidy?
I will have to place notice and we'll have to have a public hearing.
Mm-hmm.
So, the soonest that we could do that would be the 31st of July.
Okay.
And then we can pass a resolution.
Yeah, if you need any more from us,
Okay.
just let us know.
Okay, well, you know how things run, it's so slow.
Yeah, yeah, that's all right. That's all right, I
All
got
right.
plenty of time on my hands.
All right, good to see you guys.
Yeah, thank you very much. You
Thank
guys
you for
have a good
coming in.
If you
day.
need something, call me.
Thank you, I
All right.
appreciate it. See you.
All right. What do they say? That was easy.
Easy.
All right, Mr. Water Resources. That would be Dan, our director.
Good morning, Dan.
All right, let's see. I'm coming because I wanted to at least just give you a heads up. We would like to purchase a Chevy Blazer. We just recently hired a new engineering inspector, so they'll be on the job, probably working on either Chin or one of the other larger projects that we have. Because we're fully staffed at this point, we do need another vehicle for this particular position. We're looking for a mid-size SUV right now. Those are very difficult to find. So we decided, Ford Explorers really aren't on the table, or the Durangos. So we looked at the Chevy Blazers. We sent our guy out to 3 different dealerships. First, we went to Sarsoun, Chevy, Tim Lawley, Chevy in Warrenville Heights, and then Serpentini Chevy, and that's where we're actually able to locate a vehicle that would suit our needs. So we did try for for Portage County. We couldn't find the vehicle.
Does this fall under the state bid specs?
It does. We looked at the state bids. One of 2 things that we have an issue with. First, they haven't given I don't think they've given us official pricing yet. The second with that is let me step back. I don't believe that they have given official pricing on the Chevy Trailblazers yet. Let me make sure I said that right. Sorry, I'm getting a little turned around here today. Yeah, the Blazer, not Trailblazer. So yeah, we did look. We're again trying to use the state bids as much as possible. A lot of times what we also run into is they won't give us the pricing, or if we do even order the vehicle, they'll wait till the end of the year and then they'll tell us they can't build it. And that's happened to us 3 or 4 times in a row.
Yeah, I get
in
it.
the
I
last
just have,
3 or 4 years.
what my concern is that the price is under the state bid.
Correct,
Therefore,
yeah.
if it's not, we have to go out for bid.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, and I will confirm that, but my belief is that we have already done that, and this is right at the state bid
Well,
pricing.
then I'm good as long as that's the way it is.
Yeah.
Okay. What else you got?
That's it.
Okay.
Are you
For now.
serious?
I can
came
give you a
in-
real quick update on the Fairlane wastewater treatment plant.
Yeah, how's
In
it
fact,
going?
I'll send out a couple of pictures. They removed 75% of the roof so far. I believe today they should have the rest of that roof off. The walls are, again, 75% down. Right now, eventually, the only other thing they'll have to do once they remove that roof is to put a temporary roof on top of our electrical equipment. So essentially all of our infrastructure that was inside is now outside.
Yeah.
So we're looking to have Summit Construction offer or put them in a bid or a proposal for the to go ahead and move forward
Water
with the
treatment
construction.
plant in Whitehall.
I went out yesterday and looked, and that was pretty much gone on the roof side.
Yeah, they're moving fast now.
Mm.
Thank
Took me-
goodness. At least we can work there.
Took me a while to find it, but I found it.
It's tucked in there.
Yeah, it is. All right, what else you got?
That's everything.
All right.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
We'll approve that
Thank you so
under
much.
Jackie's.
Yep.
She is next.
Yes.
Thanks, Dan. Jackie,
Morning.
morning.
Good morning.
I have one discussion item, and I'll go ahead and pass these out.
Oh, wait.
It's,
My
yeah, it's a
packet.
packet.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Thought I was sharing.
If you don't want it, just tell her.
Yeah, you can throw it
Oh,
away.
no, I want this.
Thanks, Jackie.
So this is just the quarterly review of revenues and contingency, kind of like we did in the first quarter, just to check on our revenues and how we're tracking and expenditures. So the top sheet here is overall revenues and expenses. You'll see that revenues total were collected at 55.44% at this point. But as we've seen, kind of baked into that is the first half of property taxes, which people tend to pay, some tend to pay in advance
whole
their
year.
entire year. So that's mostly what's contributing to that. And then total expenditures, we are at 52.86%. The reason that, a lot of the reason that that is so high is we did a lot of transfers at the beginning of the year for building projects. So those were significant, in the millions. But we're also tracking department by department to see what their expenditures are projected to be, to make sure that they're within their budget, and then we'll start addressing soon if they're projected to be over budget. So for the individual groupings, classified and permissive taxes, this is conveyance fees and sales tax. That's at 52.92% collected right now. A lot of that is contributed by the sales tax. That's a little higher than what we projected. For the local government piece, this is casino tax and local government income tax. That's at 48.87% right now. That is, I think, mostly because we budget casino tax a little higher than we should. So we showed in the tax budget we're reducing that for next year, because we just want to get that a little more accurate. Other receipts, what contributes to that is interest, court fees, and contract services. This is at 64.43%, mostly because of the interest. That interest is still a bit higher, the rate that we projected, and it's a bit higher than what we projected in our budget. For property tax, that is at 54.13%, again, because the first half collection was higher because of the people that pay in advance. Let's see, where are we here? Refunds and reimbursements. This is made up of grants and election grants, et cetera. This is at 82.85% because of the primary election grant that we brought in. That was state support for the election grant, so that's a little higher. It's hard to project what we're gonna get from the state, so we don't budget a lot there, but, so if we get it, it's gonna look higher than what we budgeted. State and federal aid, this is mostly the public defender reimbursements. This is at 79.91% of budget. A lot of this is because the bills that we are turning in for the building renovation, so we're collecting on that, and that wasn't necessarily in the budget.
Is that going okay?
I believe it's going well,
Collection?
yeah. Shannon, I think Shannon's gonna give an update. And let's see, statutory fees, licenses, and fines. This is real estate fees, building inspection fees, recorder fees, et cetera. This is at 51.68% collected. So overall, the average is 55.44. And then the next pages are those revenues that are the largest contributors. So the next page shows the detail of casino tax. Again, this is at 45.41% collected, just because the budget has tended to be a little too high, so we need to probably reduce that budget. It's projected out to be about 2.3 million again this year as in prior years. Then the next is sales tax. As of June, we collected 14.8 million. Our total budget is 28 million right now, so we are at 53.18% collected there. Probably projected to be just over 30 million as in the prior year. As we said, if we're consistently at 30 million, we might be able to look at increasing that budget in future years. But it's still a little volatile, so we want to kind of wait and see. Next is interest income. This is volatile, and it's been higher. Last year, I think, was the peak. It's still going to be somewhat high this year. And then they're projecting that the rate is going to reduce at least once, if not twice, in the next year. So even though this year will probably bring in more than budgeted, it'll probably start decreasing in the future.
Future, yeah.
So as of May, we haven't collected June yet, for some reason that hasn't been booked. It's usually booked somewhere between the 10th and 20th of the month, so there's probably some delay. Within the next few days, it'll probably be booked. But January through May, we collected about 2.9 million. So we're projected to be at about 6.4 million by the end of the year. And right now, we're at 74.32% collected. So that's some good news.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Then local government income tax revenue, as of July, they booked July already, so that total is just over 1.1 million. As of, let's see, as of June, we were at 53.86%, and then after the July booking, we're at 64.59%. We'll probably be just over 1.9 million, and we budgeted 1.8 million. So it's a little higher than what we projected, so that's good. And then the next one is property tax. The real estate homestead rollback was booked, which as of the last report, it was not. So those actuals were booked. The tangible personal property tax has not been booked yet. We're still waiting to see that. But the first half actuals are pretty solid now at 5.9 million. The second half projection is slightly lower at 4.8 million. So the total projected by the end of the year will be about 10.7 million when our budget is 10.9 million. So we'll probably be just shy of the budget, not too much, but again, right now we're at 54.13%.
Jackie, I just wanna make sure, I mean, so for the tangible personal property, I mean, that's just very, very low, that's
Mhm.
very, okay, just
Yeah.
wanna make sure that was correct.
Yeah.
At $400, so.
Yeah, so it's budgeted at $1,200. It looks like it's probably gonna come in about 600,
Yeah,
so.
yeah, it's pretty much nothing.
Yeah,
Anymore, so,
yeah, the
okay.
fact that it's not booked yet is not
Yeah,
super
it's not-
concerning.
It's not a concern, absolutely. Thank you.
So those are the major contributors to the revenue. And then the next sheet is an updated list of our contingency. So right now we have unappropriated certification of $3,095,552. And then this colorful list here below is the things that we've either planned for, appropriated, encumbered, or that are still out there with estimated amounts. So the first green section is the approved section. The dark green has been approved, appropriated, encumbered, we're finishing paying the bills on those. The lighter green section has been approved or court ordered. And then the lighter green section with the asterisk, those are things that have been appropriated to a budget line. The other items are still somewhat estimated and have not been appropriated yet because they're really true ups to salary lines that have to be determined yet.
Yeah.
And then the section below that is the contingency. These are things that have not really been approved yet. They're still estimated, but they're out there and need to be planned for. And the items that I've highlighted in yellow here are more recently added items. So the JDC is gonna need an HVAC replacement for their entire system fairly soon. Right now, we're estimating 1.5 million, but that's a really rough estimate. But it's at least, we need to be aware of it and have it on the list.
Yeah.
So we've added that. Mhm.
Jackie, why is the enclosed external stair wall at annex under contingency when it's being done?
I can move that to approved. I think I don't know if we had a definite amount yet,
We're doing it now.
but I can move it to approved.
Yeah, we're doing it right now.
Okay,
Yep.
yeah, I'll move that up to the approved section.
That could have been my spreadsheet.
And then the other two that have recently been added are the additional IT costs. This, I'm still in discussions with Cameron, but he brought it to Michelle's attention and my attention that the multi-factor authentication will be an additional cost and the VPN needs replaced. So these two items totaled $53,100. As far as how that's gonna work or when or where it needs to be supplemented, we're still kind of working through that. And then EMA proposed dispatch equipment for the mobile command post. Apparently there are two that are available at the cost of $46,639. I told Brian I would put this on the contingency list. I think it's just to add mobile options for dispatch if the 911 system would go down. But we're still in discussions about, is that necessary? Do we have mobile options? And is there anywhere else we can fund it from? So are there any, I know I downloaded a lot of information on you.
Well, I
so-
like how you put this together, especially the certificate and the contingency. It helps us understand what we're working on as well, so.
And I've
Very
also
good.
added below the black line is 2026 items, just because, you know, we're almost into August, so we probably need to be thinking about
That's
those
where you're
items
at.
too.
Below the black line.
Below
Yeah, see, I didn't say you.
Sharon, well,
No, very good. Any other questions for Jackie?
thanks, Jackie.
All right.
All right, and then, other than that, just on the agenda, resolution 1 is just the continuation of what Dan brought to the board today. This is the resolution for that vehicle.
Okay. Does anyone else have any other questions for Jackie? If not, I'll start. All right, in accordance with section 305.30K of the Ohio Revised Code and this board's resolution 21-0396 and this board's resolution 21-0878, Board of Commissioners acknowledges and approves the county administrator's approval too. I'll make a motion to direct the auditor's office to pay process the July 10th, 2025 bills, ACH payments, wires, journal vouchers, and then and nows as applicable, contingent upon the verification of the reports as presented by the county auditor and reviewed by the Department of Budget and Financial Management.
Second?
Roll call,
Sabrina?
Yes?
Jill?
Yes.
Mike?
yes.
I'll make a motion to process the July 10th, 2025 budget amendments as reviewed and recommended by the Department of Budget and Financial Management.
Second?
Roll call,
Sabrina?
Yes?
Jill?
Yes.
Mike?
yes.
Okay, I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners agrees to declare the necessity to purchase one vehicle, a 2025 Chevy Blazer 2LT Cloth A all-wheel drive for use by the Portage County Water Resources Department.
And I just wanna clarify before I second that, are we okay with the state bid issue? I think Dan said that he was good with that.
Yeah, it is below the state bid
Okay.
by several $100s.
Okay,
Okay, cool.
second?
Roll call,
Sabrina?
Yes.
Jill?
Yes.
Mike?
yes.
All right, I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners agrees to amend Resolution 25-0212, authorizing the application to the Office of Criminal Justice Services for the Byron State Crisis Intervention Program grant to include approval of the President of the Board to sign the grant documents on behalf of the Board.
Second?
Roll call,
Sabrina?
Yes.
Jill?
Yes.
Mike?
yes.
Thank
Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate you.
Thanks,
Thanks, Jackie.
Good morning, Shannon.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Perfect.
Good.
Look at all of us, we're perfect.
Perfect, I like perfect. All right, I have some project updates. I added a couple. Oh, sorry. I know.
With the app.
I know. Just little ones, just so you know what's going on.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Okay, for the administration building, the air conditioner unit on the 3rd floor, one of them is out here. We have a compressor on order, and Brian of our maintenance staff is going to install it. So we are able to fix this one. It is over $4,000 for just the compressor itself. It's about 7 days. We've reached out to Kelly Jo to talk to her about her staff if they're uncomfortable or anything. We're providing air conditioning units in fans and
Yeah.
if she can have people work from home in the areas. We just
Is that
don't
what
know
that-
yet.
Is that the purpose of the hose going up the outside of the building?
Could be.
Could be, okay.
But
Yeah, I was just
pulled in
asking.
this morning.
I was just asking.
The
And
big
there's
old
also-
green hose, you know?
And also on the third floor, there's also a severe leak. There's a drain pipe that runs from the sixth floor down, and it's clogged on the third floor, so we have plumbers coming to see what the issue is. It's probably clogged. It's also an iron pipe that we don't know, so I'm not sure what we're gonna dive into there. You know.
Crazy.
Fun things happening. At the annex building, did anybody have any questions about that? Okay, sorry. At the annex building, the ADA buttons, they have been installed and they are complete. If you go to the second page, the brick pillars, the bricks around at the sheriff's department, they're to be complete hopefully the week of the 7/25 is the date that they're giving us. So they found a couple more that were as they were chipping away, you know, they kind of fell off, but they're replacing them and they're just looking nice. I've seen pictures of them too, so I'm gonna go out there. And then if you go to the third page, Riddlebach Building, I was just there yesterday again for our meeting. And it looks so good. And some of the colors I was like, oh, but once you see it on the walls, it looks great. Tammy did a good job picking out colors on there. So, and then for the future, the lighting, the receptacles, and the switches have been installed. Painting, casework, doors, flooring to be installed starting the week of the 28th. They're still on schedule to hopefully be done mid to late August, and then we'll do our punch list.
Wow.
I know, this one's,
It's going pretty fast.
Yeah, that was a big project.
it was.
Yeah.
The thing that's holding us up is that fire-proof window, or fire safety window that's in the front. We had to special order that, so the city's having us do that. So that's the only thing that was holding us up. So that's all I have on that.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. And I just have some resolutions, not many.
Okay. Make a motion, the Board of Commissioners agrees to accept the surety bond and performance agreement for the construction of sanitary sewer facilities for the Forest Ridge Phase 6 project in Ravenna Township.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners agrees to enter into an agreement with the Rural Enterprise Zone of Brimfield Township, Ohio, with Brimfield Senior Living LLC in the Village of St. Edwards at Brimfield Tax Abatement Agreement for real property only.
Brimfield's here along with,
Yeah, we wanna,
I mean,
Jackie, could you just grab them for us, please?
yeah, Mike's here.
Not really.
How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Good.
Hi.
Good morning.
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 Hello.
Morning.
Hi.
Well, you're up. We're about ready to vote on the resolution. Who wants to go?
Guess that's usually my job.
I guess that's you.
That's me. All right. Morning. Ready to go?
You're up.
Thank you. Good morning, County Commissioners. Today we're talking about the Brimfield Senior Living Center at the Villages of St. Edwards at Brimfield. They're coming before the Board of Commissioners for a property tax abatement, 60% for 10 years. It has been approved at the township level. The school district, I believe, has been notified. It is a project that will be involving about, well, we're going to say construction costs, investment costs of about $14 million, give or take. Jobs, we're looking at a good sized number of jobs here,
Yeah.
close to, well,
Like a
over
$4
90.
million payroll, I
Yeah,
thought.
million.
Remember?
Yeah, a multi-million-dollar payroll, probably a little closer to, I'm looking at 4 million, it looks like, when you add it all up in the eyes here.
Yeah.
And that's the facts. Comments, questions?
Yeah, my only concern is the safety of the place. I know that we indicate that it's a assisted living facility. I get that. I also know that Brimfield Fire is strapped with just the new facility they put in on 43 with calls. And we had the same issue a couple years ago with another facility coming in, a factory facility. And my concern will be and is the additional burden that it puts upon safety forces. And we talk about the little part of mutual aid, and I get that. Being in the business 40 years, I get it. But the key word is mutual. We have problems throughout this entire county with mutual aid. What you give me 2 or 3 times a day, I've never given you. So it just kind of erases that mutual opinion away. So my concern is, and always will be, to make sure that the fire department and police department are cared for. We put a burden on the fire department of running these calls. And I went into a nursing home the other day, walked in, new facility, talked to the supervisor, talked to the owner was there. They don't even have an AED in that building. And I'm thinking, okay, so you have somebody who's an AFib or somebody who's having some type of chest pain. What happens? Call the fire department. And most of the places, like Brimfield, for instance, they don't bill their residents. So when somebody comes in to a facility, that makes them a resident. So if I know Joe lives in Brimfield, I live in Brimfield. If we have an issue, we've got ambulances in nursing homes, and then a resident needs one. I just like the fire chief and the police chief to be involved in some of this. People talk politics, and I'm not a politician. I want to make sure that everybody is aware. Some of the other issues that we had with other cases like this, they promised, factories promised to take care of the fire and the schools and that type of thing, and they did. But my concern is that's all. Far be it from me to say, no on progress, no on build. I will never do that. But I think it's important, and I think it's my duty in my position to say something that we need to keep an eye on it. And that's my concern.
Yeah, Mr. Commissioner, Terry Seeberger, I don't pretend to be an expert on fire or the safety of residents' issues. The proprietor here would be St. Ed's, which has several other facilities, so they're not brand new to the game. I would anticipate that they would bring state-of-the-art protection for the residents. This is not a nursing facility. As I understand it, it's going to be assisted living, so the people are a little bit more mobile. I don't pretend to be an expert on fire protection. I do represent a couple of fire departments, including a joint fire district that have similar facilities within their boundaries. They don't seem to mind that, and yeah, they won't soft bill their residents, but Medicare and insurance, they bill those. I understand you have a local entity here with whom fire departments can contract for billing their services. I know that
There is.
Erie Valley and Bolivar and Strasburg, these are actually quasi-money makers for these departments. But again, I'm not the expert, but I just want to.
No, I know exactly what you're saying.
So
Yep.
I'm going to defer now to the township.
So I was just gonna, I think the crux of your issue is you want to make sure, Mark Cadetti on behalf of Brimfield Township, legal consultant for the township. I think the crux of your issue is that you want to make sure that the police and fire departments are aware of the project and have had the opportunity to weigh in.
Sure.
If I'm understanding correctly, and I agree 1,000%. In every one of these situations, police department, fire department should be made aware and have the opportunity. So that is exactly what happened here. It went through the process locally. It was discussed, I think, at several trustee meetings. Obviously, the trustees passed a resolution in favor. Police and fire at those meetings have the opportunity to weigh in both at the meeting and outside of the meeting. And I haven't heard that there's any negative feedback unless, you have, Mike, I don't know.
No, in fact, we've had, so this project has been in the work for over 2 years, and we've had multiple meetings at the Board of Zoning Appeals, which Ron Goodspeed gets copied on everything, and then the board does ask for the input of police and fire, and there was no correspondence for both.
So
Actually, I've talked to Roy as well outside of that, and he has no concerns with this at all. There's gonna be some more calls, obviously, it's assisted living. I did talk to Ron the other day about this, and he says, yeah. He says, but then again, this is why we just built our addition for the fire station, that's why we're hiring more fire, as well as the JED money going back and forth from Talmadge and us. That's our biggest revenue right now, is that JED dollars of income tax. And that is predominantly going to the police and fire departments.
So you're, I guess the process is set up to address those concerns. I think the General Assembly had the same mindset you did and created this process. Same reason we give notice to the schools, and I believe the schools got actually notice twice here. They got at least 14 days notice before the trustees passed their resolution, and I think the county reissued notice again to the schools prior to the commissioners' last meeting. For the same exact reason. Want to make sure the schools are comfortable with it, want to make sure the local government's comfortable with it, and everybody here has not raised any objections. Traditionally, the county commissioners will look at, for these enterprise zone agreements, as you well know, is this applicant qualified to create the jobs? Are they qualified to maintain the jobs? And is this gonna generate salary for the community? And I think they've answered that question at the last meeting, if I remember correctly.
And you can add safety and security to your list.
Correct.
Add one more.
Well, statutorily, I think it's a little bit more limited.
It is,
The
but,
safety issues are addressed at that
Right.
local level typically.
and I get that,
Yeah.
but this is going to be a state issue soon. I was in Columbus 3 weeks ago and sat in on a meeting, and this whole thing's being addressed because it's not just affecting Brimfield. It's affecting departments throughout the state, so, okay? All right, we're ready to move forward?
I just wanted to.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I actually had some, questions regarding the financial aspects of the enterprise zone agreement, and I met with our economic development team and went over that, my questions. And then in the midst of that research, we came about a resolution that was passed back in 1990, where when the enterprise zone was created, the Board of Commissioners at that point delegated the negotiations to the township. So, when my questions regarding, we're giving the top amounts of 60% for the full 10 years. In light of that, the township was delegated that authority. So I just wanted to make sure I addressed my concerns that I had brought up last week, so.
And the only thing I have to say is, since it's a 60% abatement, they will continue to get, the schools, what they would get normally, plus an additional 40%.
Correct.
Correct.
With
Okay.
It is only, the abatement is only on the improvement to the land. The land tax will stay the same.
Right.
Okay.
And just to add on to that, the 60% for 10 years, Commissioner Crawford, I don't think you were here at the time, but the last time I was here in front of the commission, it was on a Wolin enterprise zone, and the commissioners did agree to the 10%, or 10 years, 60%. So that's a pretty typical percentage that you'll see for these. There is a TIF overlaid with this project as well. So once that enterprise zone falls off, the TIF picks up, and that does generate funds that go back to the township. Now, for TIF proceeds, that can obviously only be used for statutorily authorized purposes. And it can go into, basically that can free up money in other funds that can also be used, to your point, Commissioner, to support police and fire as well, so.
Yeah,
it has a
well-
little bit of a trickle-down effect.
Right, well, obviously, my concern isn't to stop at what's going on, you know that.
Right. Right.
It's just a concern that we always wait until the chickens get out, and then we go, what happened? And I just wanna make sure everybody's on the same page, that's all.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and to my point, you know, when I see 10 years and it's all at 60%, are we going in and negotiating, you know, starting in with a minimum tax incentive? That's my concern. Typically, I might see 60% for the first 2 years and then maybe a step down. So it seems like, you know, are we negotiating? So that's my point.
And I think we're very frugal. I think when Commissioner Bennett's been here quite some time, she's old, and what? And I think at the
Not till
county.
next Tuesday.
Okay, yeah, oh yeah, she got a birthday Tuesday. I think we've been frugal with our tax dollars and our residents funding, and we just need to ask questions.
No, I think it's good, and, you know, our board's ever changing, it seems like. So, I mean, as we get new commissioners, it's great that, like, Jill asks questions, Mike asks questions, and yeah, I've been around the block a couple times on these, but, I also think there's the unmeasured impact of a facility like this that economically impacts the whole region. 'Cause you'll have people there, and hopefully it'll generate enough income or traffic coming into the area that maybe it'll justify, you know, a sit-down restaurant or additional things, because like you said, this is assisted living, and some of it is just living space. I mean, they just rent the apartments to get in the chain, that if they need to go to the other sides, it's like a continuum, that folks will have cars there, they can come and go if they want. You know, there's different levels of care, so hopefully we'll see that impact.
Sounds like you're planning on moving in.
No.
All right, anyone else? Anything else? I appreciate you all coming in. We've read the resolution,
Okay.
so we're ready for a vote.
Yep, did I second?
I
No.
second.
A second.
Roll call, please.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes. Thanks for coming in, guys.
Thank you. Have a
Appreciate
great day,
you.
folks.
And you.
Talk to you
my
soon.
friend. Yeah, we'll chat. Thanks.
See y'all.
Bye.
Have a good one.
Bye, Mark.
Thank you.
Okay, so that takes me to the next resolution, and I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners agrees to declare obsolete and dispose of Portage County personal property formerly located in the Portage County Auditor's Office.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
Okay, I'll go to miscellaneous. I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners authorizes Commissioner Mike Tinlin, President of the Board, to sign the filing deadline extension request for the annual state office on behalf of the Portage County Auditor's Office.
Second?
I just want to add that this was at the request of the auditor's office. This wasn't our request. Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
Okay, I'll make a motion in accordance with Resolution 23-0599. The Board of Commissioners acknowledges the July 1st, 2025 correspondence to Kate Church and Commissioner Tinlin regarding the submission of an online Ohio Public Works Commission disbursement request number 1 on behalf of the Portage County Engineer to consultant Matt Winters Excavation LLC in the amount of $9,750 for Fund 4267 Judson Road Rehabilitation Project, with 50% of said request paid with local funds.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners acknowledge receipt of the July 14, 2025 Certificate of County Auditor that the total appropriations from each fund do not exceed the official estimate of resources as presented by the Portage County Auditor's Office.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners acknowledge receipt of the kennel disposition report and intake report for July 7th, 2025 through July 13th, 2025, as presented by Chief Dog Warden David McIntyre.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Mike.
I make a
Yes.
motion, the Board of Commissioners sign the representation letter dated July 2nd, 2025 to the Ohio Auditor of State regarding the agreed upon procedures for evaluating the accounting records of the Portage County Airport Authority for the year ended December 31st, 2022, and the period ended January 1st, 2024.
Second?
Roll call?
Sabrina,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Yes. Look at that.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, thank you.
Other than causing one problem with 100 people here. Thank you.
No problem.
Yeah,
Happy to help.
I appreciate you.
I'm gonna take Miss
Can we,
Barb.
can we
Yeah.
do that all right?
Let's do it.
Miss Barb, you're up.
Thank you.
We're gonna take you early, so you don't have to wait.
Appreciate that.
No, no
Sincerely
problem.
do. I would like to state, since I have not had occasion to do it here, in addition to my question about the sheriff's office, that I am definitely against these 60%, off on property taxes for companies that have more resources and laying off the responsibility to individual residents of Portage County who have much lower resources. As I was stating to earlier to our budget person, whenever they publish those yearly lists of delinquent taxes, it seems like there are 1,000 names in there, or at least hundreds of people who don't pay their taxes. And some of it's because they just can't, especially since they were raised, last year. So I'd like to just generally state my objection to that continuance of laying off, giving advantage to richer people over poorer people. But my question was about the sheriff's office. I don't read my newspapers right away, so I was reading the Sunday story about the sheriff's office wanting to apply for eligibility to detain ICE detainees if any of them come up. And in the story, for the second time, it was the second story I saw, it said he wanted to do it for 15 to 20 deputies. Well, that means extra training for those people. And my question is that training going to be included in his current budget? Or is he going to ask for more money for that? Okay, and I guess you're not going to answer that.
I have no idea. I'd answer if I knew. I don't know.
Okay.
That should, I believe he did state in an article, or maybe one of our questions, that there should be enough money from what he's receiving from the marshal services for housing U.S. Marshal detainees and within his current budget, that it shouldn't be an additional request from the county budget. And I know I talked to several other sheriff departments that actually also house the ICE detainees and stuff. And they said that normally it doesn't really cost the general fund additional funds per se, that what they get to detain them can also deflect the actual cost.
Yeah, because in the article it also said they would get like $100 a day for these, and it only costs about $10 a day to feed them. Well, I remember from previous years they said, oh, well, we have to pay X amount of dollars a day, for any prisoner who's in our jail. And, the $10 a day seemed to be really minimizing the actual cost. And I was wondering if the actual cost is how close it is to $100 a day.
I think at this point in time, the jail could house up to
I know it said that they had plenty of
$350.
extra
He said
room.
$450, but I don't know if that's where you can put boats on the floor, additional, if it gets overcrowded. There is a surplus. But the jail, with the addition, it was supposed to be able to house up to $350.
Yeah.
And we've never come anywhere close, which
Yeah.
I'm glad. But disappointed we spent all that money to
Yeah.
expand the jail.
That was
But
I think it was the COVID thing where they started housing,
yes,
incarcerating
we had a
fewer
real big
people.
problem. But of course, by the time it was done, it seemed like
Yeah, it was,
Mission's done.
that was a,
because now we have
unusual
more
circumstance.
diversion programs
Yeah.
and drug courts, and really that's what we want to see. So to that, I know he
well,
also
the question
said in
is,
the
do you think it
article
costs less than $100 a day to actually hold a prisoner?
Well, I would say it depends, because according to him, he's not gonna have to hire any additional staff. He has the staffing
Okay.
now to hire them. It would cost additional costs, if he's having to add people, because,
Yeah.
so I think that's where he comes up with, the $10, it's just additional food, because we've already got the staff in place to handle the influx of additional, I mean, I'm just guessing hypothetically.
Because it's not like he communicates a lot.
We will see if that holds true.
Okay, and the other question was about the 15 to 20 deputies, because I know that every time they've been in, talking about, we need more deputies to patrol, Portage County and protect the people of Portage County. And I said, well, we can set aside 15 to 20 people just for, ICE detainee, apprehension.
Yeah, I read the same article, and I think what that meant is that
They'll be doing regular things,
Yeah,
but
the federal government just okayed for that many to be trained.
trained, okay.
And I don't think there's a cost to it.
Okay, but I mean, if he's gonna want more deputies, because,
That's not come to us yet.
and I really don't think, how many, illegal migrants do we have in Portage County? I mean, it can't be a great deal. It's not like we have these big industrial farms where illegal immigrants are working
And
just
they're
to do the
okay in
job.
farms and hotels, workers, so.
Do you think that there might be a lot?
I wouldn't know. I really wouldn't.
No,
I know there's some.
Unless he picks up somebody on the turnpike.
Sure, somebody passing through, correct.
All right, well, thank you very much for listening to my
Oh, anytime.
comments.
Anytime for you.
Well, I do have one more comment.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, here we go.
You certainly have a sonorous voice, and you can speak up. There's no doubt about that. But often during your comments up here, you're barely whispering, and I can't hear. And
Huh?
seriously, most of the time you speak up, so I can hear you in the second row,
Okay.
or even in the first row. But sometimes you just whisper, and I'm wondering if it really picks up on the microphones for the recording.
I have feelings, Barb.
Well, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I'm just saying,
It
this
does
is
pick
a
up.
recorded meeting,
Okay.
and I'm
We're
wondering
at
if it's.
5 minutes.
I'll speak up.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I know that you can.
The clerk has given a 5-minute warning.
Thank you.
Thanks, Barb.
Thanks, Barb, very much.
Well, I do go loud and long.
That's all right. Anything else at this point?
No, I do not have anything.
Yes, you
I'll
do.
make
Here you
comments.
go.
No,
There
well,
you go.
I will comment on the National Association of County Officials when we come back.
Okay. All right. Well, we will recess now until 11 a.m.
So the only reason you're coming back is for possible other comment?
If there,
If
yeah,
there-
we have to.
Correct.
Yeah, I know,
Yep.
I know.
just passed away.
Okay, welcome back from recess.
Okay.
We have comments from the board.
Oh, I just wanted to comment on the NACO conference that I went. And one of the hot topics for NACO was the data centers looking to locate in the different counties. And one thing they said was Loudoun County, Virginia, is one of the biggest hubs for like Amazon for data centers. And the one thing they said is, first of all, they need a lot of land. That's why they were looking to come to the Turnpike Commerce over there, off of 80, or off of, 44, yeah. They were saying that if you're considering them, you have to realize that the first thing is they have to be zoned properly, and they take a lot of land and the infrastructure. They take a lot of water, a lot of power, which is very challenging for a lot of us. But the one thing they did say is they can recycle their water so that it reduces their usage. But the pros to them is they invest in the community. They do grants for like schools, they do items for like weatherizations, they've invested in rural broadband, so they do tend to give out back to the economy. But the other thing is they recycle their equipment like every 3 years. So, but anyway, so that was the big focus. And then the other thing was, of course, housing. Everything from housing constituents to the homelessness problems they're having with veterans and housing stability, and the important roles the county has in being a part of the housing solutions. And again, everyone there, they're across the country, have the same problems we have. We're not isolated by any means. But it was a very good conference. I felt like I got a lot out of it, more than I've ever, in any of them I've went to the past. I think I've only went to 2 other ones. One was in Columbus, they had it in Columbus, and I went out to Austin, Texas. But this is probably the most informative one. So, that's it.
Okay,
All right.
thank you.
Thank you. I'll make a motion to adjourn. Second?
Call the roll, please.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, we'll see everyone. Thank you.